Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to the next installment. We're going to be doing something a little bit new today. I am going to be vlogging my first provisional store championship. I'm driving down to Richmond, Virginia right now. Going to be playing at Total Access Games down there. They got a little following. Hoping to, just add another number to the ranks, meet some friends, meet some cool people, have a good time. Hopefully get my invite, because I still don't have it. I haven't really played anything except for Orlando. So yeah, we're just gonna see how it goes. Have a good time. If you're in the Richmond area, definitely look up Total Access. They're trying to grow their community and stuff like that. So hopefully it's a good video. Let me know what you think down below. Without further ado, let's get to it. I roll up to Total Access with all the confidence, trying to see what the store was about. Pretty impressed with the layout. Tons of space, as you guys can see. Tons of chairs and everything. A lot of play mats on all the tables. So if you don't bring a mat, you are already good, as I forgot my mat at home. Dope figures all over the store. You can tell there's a lot of different things that go on. I was entertained. We had the Dark Knight Rises on the big screen, and just kind of admiring the store. A lot of stuff going on. Now, we did have to wait an hour after I got there for some people from Virginia Beach to show up, so we did play with a total of 10. So that was pretty dope. A lot of meta gonna be played on all the tables. Pretty tough tournament all the way throughout. Now, let's get into my matches. Start out with round one. I'm going to be playing All Might 3 for the duration. It was pretty strong for me, but let's go into it match by match. Now, in the future, I'm going to try to have my actual recordings so you guys can see my gameplay. I can show you a couple of the actual plays that are happening as it goes, but today I'm just going to give you the synopsis of each round. Now, round one was against Midnight. Game one, not happy with whatsoever. Made a lot of uncharacteristic misplays. Didn't hit the gas when I should have. Blocked the wrong attacks, things like that. I probably should have lost that game, but I just had the gas when I needed it. I was able to, because everyone knows Chaos, right? So having that familiarity, knowing I need to block indiscriminates, I need to hold that low block, I need to make sure that I deal with Jolt, hold my karate chops for that. Just having that knowledge allowed me to kind of stick the game out and win game one. My opponent went first game one. In game two, he went first again. Was not as lucky game two. He just kind of got the flurry off when he needed it. Don't think that game lasted too long, maybe like 3 turns, maybe 4, but probably 3. And then we just didn't have enough time for game 3, so that was a tie. We had like a couple of turns in game 3, but it wasn't enough for either one of us to get a kill turn off. So that's how round one goes. Getting a good game in against Midnight. Getting that tie where I probably should have gotten a loss with the quality of how I played is probably a victory in and of itself. So moving on to round two. So round two, I get paired down against a Selkie player on Void. Get the Ida kicks coming at me. Now this wasn't really a fair fight. My opponent didn't have all the cards they would have liked to have. There were no reciprocal bursts on board, so they weren't really threatening me meaningfully. A lot of binding cloths and this and that, and reciprocal extends, but nothing that I really needed to fear. All Might gets a clean 2-0 sweep here, but more importantly, I kind of got into my groove. Started feeling it again. I don't know what it was, the fog that I was in round one, but I got out of it round two and started playing well again. Now, round three was one of those embarrassing games you play that you kind of never want to talk about ever again, and your friends keep asking you about it. So, round three is against Hagakure. As soon as I saw that, I'm like, okay, you have to kind of make a decision when you're playing against Hagakure, depending on what character you have. Are you going to build all the way out or are you gonna keep it as 7 foundations or something like that? For me, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna build out because I'm gonna need to play a long string, and Hagakure is gonna be able to put something back in my hand. I'm gonna need to be able to play it over again. I'm gonna need 12, 13, 16 foundations. So game 1, Hagakure leads off. I get the win. I basically, did exactly that. Followed the game plan, built out, had about 15 foundations out there. The speed hate didn't really matter. He didn't have the gas he needed to take me out before All Might did All Might things. With that many foundations, it was just, a world of hurt comes at you when All Might can touch as many cards as he did. I was drawing cards all over the place, and it was just like a clinic. Now, game 2 was more of the same. I was on a roll. I was controlling the pace. Our time is starting to tick down. Now, game 1 against Hagakure took over 30 minutes. I don't remember exactly how long, but I do remember at the end of game 2, we had 2 minutes left on the clock, so we just called it a tie. I did lose game 2. Game 2 was going well. I was winning. My turn was up, and I had all the gas. I had 2 Texas Smashes, a punch to start off. I think it was Karate Chop, a final smash, and one more attack. I believe it was a Valiant Assault. So I go off. I play the 2 Texas Smashes after the Karate Chop. He's within range of one more attack to kill. I don't have as many foundations as I did game 1, though. I miscount how many foundations I need. I completely committed his board. However, he does have Hagakure still ready. I play the final smash. He puts it back in my hand, and now I cannot check another attack. So at that point, I have to pass. I was way overconfident. I thought that, I was kind of just like on autopilot. I'm like, oh, this game is over. Time is ticking down. He has I was at like almost full life. But that turn, he had a hell of a backswing. And if I was playing for real, I never would have went all in with that bad calculation. But he absolutely blew me off the board and tied up the series 1-1, and we called it a draw there. So again, my misplays sinking me. Now after round 3, I had 5 points, so I was 4th place out of 10 players in the top 4. So I know going into the 4th and final round, I'm gonna need to win to get in the top 4. Without further ado, let's get into round 4. Now round 4 is played against the Queen of Orlando herself, Ochako 2 on the board. He starts off first. Now, it was a pretty tough game 1. I absolutely got blown off the board. Nothing I could do about it. Just the attacks were coming in the zone. Turn 2, right after my build turn, everything was coming at me. Put me in kill range. I had to kind of stabilize, and I just couldn't. Completely lose game 1 very handily. Going into game 2, I'm thinking, this is really how we're gonna go? Really? So I start game 2 off, and it was very much the opposite story. I get a good build off, he gets a good build off. I play some more foundations, poke a little bit. He comes at me. He plays a long string of attacks, very, very skillfully. But at the end, he played an evil gaze, which took him from 33 life down to 31. He also predicted that I couldn't kill him from 31. That prediction is never safe this format. I had exactly 31 damage in hand, and that was all she wrote for game 2. Game 3, much different story. Back to game 1. It just absolutely blew me off the board once again. Not much I could do. Turn 2, he put me down to 7 life. So I draw. I'm looking at my hand. I'm like, okay, what can I really do? I can't count up to 33 at that point, and that was really all she wrote. I couldn't defend it either, so I kind of went in and tried to see like if he blocked nothing, I could win, but he did have a couple of blocks, so that was all she wrote for that. And that was kind of the tournament. I stuck around for top 4 and watched everybody. Ojiro would take down the entire event and get his invite, but it was pretty awesome. There was a lot of diversity in the decks. I don't think any deck was run more than once. Any character was run more than once. The people were cool. Everything was awesome. The store is cool. We connected. We're trying to connect the whole East Coast. So if you're down in like North Carolina or up in Pennsylvania, leave a comment. We're trying to connect everybody all up and down the coast. And yeah, it was awesome. Now I'll kick you over to the car so you can see my thoughts on the way home. Okay, what's up, you guys? So just leaving the store now, just hopping back on the highway. Okay, so I just missed out on top 4, as you just saw. Came 1, 1, and 2, the height of mediocrity. What do I feel about what happened? So, I mean, really the only match I'm kind of disappointed in myself in is the first one. I think that if I played more crisp, played more precise, if I just was awake game 1, like I don't know what it was, but I was so rusty, like, which is weird because I just have gone through like so much practice getting ready for Orlando, and then I just played Constructed on Thursday. Why I would be rusty, I have no idea, but I was, and it showed. It's weird. I just went 3-0 on Thursday, and I didn't make many misplays then. I was just completely out of it today. It might have been because I got there and then we waited for an hour, tournament started late. But anyway, so but besides that, after that first game, I played pretty well. I think that I just didn't have some of the times I just didn't get the opportunity to win. Sometimes 1 or 2 checks just buried me in a game here or there. Also, though, I kind of am thinking about switching up from All Might 3. I like his ability to see so many cards. I wish he could turn that into stage manipulation, into dude! Okay. Sorry, that guy's crazy. I wish he could turn that into like a stage that defines the game the way, you know, Momo does or some other characters do on other symbols. But just because the symbols he's on, most of my cards deal with, you know, speed control, you know, making sure that I'm able to go in, like, you know, showing off will give me progressive difficulty control or things like that. They'll just allow me to attack again and again, which is great, by the way. Love it. But at the same time, I want to be able to do more. I want to be able to, like, I got hit with decoy duplicates today. I got hit with cheerleaders. Hagakure was a pain. She was piloted really well. Hats off to the players that piloted those decks. Every single round was a worthy opponent. I don't know a better way to say it. But every single round was somebody who knew what they were doing and they piloted the deck well. So this store is definitely somewhere I want to come back to. It's somewhere that is, you know, iron sharpens iron. And you got to find the places that give you the biggest challenges and, you know, run into those if you're going to want to be the best player you can be. And this is definitely a place like that. There's also places that everybody was so chill, so cool, chopping it up, talking strategy, talking, you know, life, talking everything. It was really cool. Yeah, definitely want to come back ASAP. They're going to have another provisional in about 3 weeks. So I'm gonna catch that. I think that's about it. Like, I feel good. I feel like, cards fall a different way. I think I obviously could have been in the top 4. One game goes differently. One of 2 different games go differently. I'm in top 4. And if I'm in the top 4, top 4 was Ojiro, Tokoyami, my matchup last round. Excuse me, Ochako 2, and my other matchup, Hagakure. And I feel there's no reason I could win 2 out of those 4, 2 matches out of those 4 opponents. So, just gonna try again, keep it grinding. Disappointed by the result, but not disappointed by how I got there. It's basically what I'm trying to say. It is getting dark. It is raining, so I'm gonna stop recording and focus on the road. But thanks you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.